In this video, I want to show you how to add meta links to a course, and meta links can be a great time saver for faculty. If you're teaching the same content in multiple sections and it would be easier to make all your updates and changes in one place, then meta links are right for you. Let's get started. Your first step is to go to the course that you want to be the master class, and by master I just mean what's the site you want to use where all the students are going to go to. You're going to put all your content there. Before we add that meta link though, you're going to want to add groups. Groups are critical if you're adding meta links if you ever want to break out the students by section. For example, do you use the attendance tool? If you want to take attendance for one class and not the other, then you probably want to create groups. If you want to break out your grade book and look at certain students but not all of them, you want to use groups. Do you want to give different deadlines in assignments or quizzes? Then you want to use groups. To create groups, your first step is to go to Participants and then go under the gear and go to Groups. By default, there are no groups in As You Learn, but they are easy to create. Just come down here, hit Create Group, and then give it a name. So right now I'm in Social Work 5810-101, so I'm just going to call this my 101 group and click Save Changes. I'm going to go ahead and create the group for the other section as well. So I'm going to click Create Group again and call this one 102. Save Changes. Now I've created the groups, but there aren't any students in either of these groups at this point. Right now I'm in Social Work 5810-101, so I'm going to select the 101 group and then click Add Remove Users. From here, I see all the students that are currently enrolled in the course. I'm going to click on the first student, hold down the Shift key, and pick the last student, and then I click the Add button. I'm going to click back to Groups. So now I can see 101 has a 9 in it. So there are 9 students in this group. Now I'm ready to add that meta link to bring in the other students. I'm going to click on Participants. Go under the gear, go to Enrollment Methods. Here I can see Banner and it has the number 10. 10 reflects the teacher and also the 9 students. Here you'll see Add Method. Click Choose and choose Course Meta Link. Here under the search, if you click this arrow, it's going to show you all of your courses that are currently on this server, so you may see fall and spring. It's critical that you pick the right group of students to bring in. I want this one, 5810-102. Once you've selected the course, just click in the white space and that search box will collapse. Here you'll see Add to Group, and earlier I had created that 102 group, and that's where I want these students to go. Then just click Add Method. So here I can see I have 10 students or 9 students in this one course and 22 in the other. And when I click on Participants here, I see all the students all in one site. I'm going to click and go back to the main page. So I've created groups, I've added the meta link, but I'm not done yet. If I actually want to be able to separate by group, I need to do another step. If you come to Edit Settings, scroll down, go under Groups. The default is No Groups, and I'm going to click here and choose Separate Groups. When you pick Separate Groups, that's what gives you the ability to separate by group. Then click Save and Display. So now, when I go to Grades, I have a drop-down here, and I can choose to look at all participants or select a specific section of students that I want to look at. Here are a couple of other tips if you're going to use meta links. On the first day of class, we make all the sites available. So if there are sites that you're not going to use, I'm going to recommend that you hide those from student view, just so students aren't confused when they say, I went to As You Learn, I didn't see anything. If you hide those blank sites, they won't go to the wrong place. I'm also going to recommend that you add a header that indicates all the sections that are landing in that one site. It just brings clarity for students. To edit a header, your first step is to go under the gear and turn editing on. Here I can see General. If I click that, I can change that to whatever I like. This I'm just indicating that both sections are landing here so they aren't confused. The next step would be to go to the courses that I'm not using and go under the gear, go to Edit Settings. This one I want to leave on show, but for the blank sites, I would want to toggle this to hide and then scroll down and hit Save Changes. So I hide any blank sites that I'm not using. If you have any questions at all, please follow up with your IT consultant.